What's up guys, hope everyone is doing well. In this video I'm going to be going over a halving update with respect to this chart, which I've been going over in my recent videos and on my Twitter post recently. But what I wanted to add to it is the halving, another halving proof to justify why 17.5 thousand is the current bottom. You can see for each of these halvings starting right here, November of 2012, so November 28th, then we go to July 9th, May 11th, and then I have May 6th predicted right here for the next one, which if we go to this website right here, you can see that they currently have the next one estimated at March 22nd of 2024. If we go down a little bit, we see that they have just the general range of February 2024 to June 2024. Mine, as I said, is on May 6th, which factors into how for the in between the first two halvings we had 96 bars in terms of time. Then we had for the next one 100 bars. So there's just a difference of 4. So I just apply that to the next one, so 104 bars, which nicely did line up in the range that has been given on that website. And then I did the same thing, then going to 108 bars right here to June 19th, which does nicely line up on Bitcoin. Once we end off the phase 1 that we're in right now, enter phase 2 of the current cycle 3 that we're in, lines up right here when we'll be encroaching upon the previous all-time high of around 242,000, assuming that is the all-time high that we meet sometime during the second half of next year, possibly bleeding into 2024. But specifically, each of these halvings are accurately predicting the bottom area in terms of time. So if we take tracements or the time tools from the beginning of the first halving, go out 56 bars, and then we go out 72 bars, that encompasses a time a time range for the bottoming right here for 2015. Do the same thing right here for 2018, also lines up as well. We do it right here for 2022 as well. It's also lining up in our current bottom range, and I believe the accumulation range for the actual bottom to then begin the next bull run. Which I also find it funny that this first one over here is 777 days, and then also down here this 96 bars adds up to 1337 days. So it's just kind of like the coding thing for elite, which is just funny. But outside of that, I wanted to go over a few other coins here that have been very good performers. This is Solana. We had a round of 512x with respect to the last parabolic move we got after the March crash. It's in a similar ABCD pattern like we've seen a lot of the coins that I've gone over recently, which I'll have videos with respect to those as cards at the beginning of the video. We're coming down to this 0.618 like most of the market is right now. Bitcoin is. We're also seeing a bullish divergence here as well. It's about, I guess, almost exaggerated at this point or borderline, but I mean we are getting a bullish divergence with respect to all three of these indicators. As I've said, we are getting a convergence pretty much here upon the 0 point here on this MACD, which is good to see. Hopefully we will, as the Bollinger Bands are squeezing up a lot right now, break above this to release some sort of pressure momentum towards the upside to follow through with seeing a bull run. If it follows through similar to how it did last time, given the structure of the phase 2 that we're in with respect to Bitcoin and the overall crypto market structure, could likely end up at around this 1.618 at around $13,000 or so. If not, it could possibly push up to around this 328 to 382 at around 2,700, because as I've said, and I've said many times in the past, I'm not sure if we'll get this last kind of like blow off top that happened from July to November of 2021 when Bitcoin went to 64,000 for its first top, and then its second top was 69,000. Some of these altcoins behaved a lot better than Bitcoin did. They displaced their price a lot more from this first bottom. For example, Solana was 52 all the way up to around $269. So I mean that was a big difference compared to 65,000 and 69,000 when looking at Bitcoin. So those are the two price targets I have. The second one in terms of the percent gains is around 10,000. So that's around 100x. So around 100x to around a 512x is I think the general area where this coin will probably end up going to. Here for Anchor, this one was around a 35,000%, 350x. This one topped out along with the first high with respect to Bitcoin, so the only price target's around pretty much just pushing $9. It also lines up with the 1.618. We're also coming down to the 0.618, similar, again, exactly like what Solana did previously and many other coins are doing, as I mentioned. Again, taking a look here at the indicators, we're looking good. We came down to meet pretty much the lowest lows this coin has come down to in quite a long time. And we are starting to see some sort of accumulation being built up, I believe. Again, if we take a look at this MACD, the Bollinger Bands are squeezing up tightly, converging closer to zero. Hopefully we'll release that pressure towards the upside. We see the stock RSI pushing towards the center. Hopefully it'll push towards the upside. Again, just follow through with bull market behavior. We did get this blue flip recently, which is also nice to see. Again, these are all going to be topping out for the most part, I believe, second half of next year. But as I did say in one of my previous videos, some of these, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know how anything's going to behave. So, I mean, some of these could top out earlier, or some of these could not even go to what I'm saying, or they could go way higher to what I'm saying. That's the idea about the market. Here for Cadena, moved around 22,000%, 220x. This one doesn't have enough data here, at least for this chart that I am using. So I don't have past structure to go off to more accurately predict where it could possibly go. I entertained it all the way up to 758,000%, which would give it a $1.618 trillion market value. I kind of just did that to be fun, which that puts it up pushing towards 9,000, which is also kind of just another funny joke. Second price target was just 100,000%. The most I've seen, as I've said, is Phantom, 2,000x or 200,000%. That lines up here on this 1.618 here for Cadena. If it moves around 22,000%, it lines up with the 1.32, which is pretty much the reverse dual side of the 618 retracement. Or we could just come up to the previous all-time high. As I said, some coins may not, I don't know, for whatever reason, they don't want to make another high. That's around $26 here for Cadena. Again, I do think this coin's probably bottomed out because most of the market's showing that in Bitcoin as well. We're also getting a bullish divergence. As you can see here on the price chart, we're getting our pink vector candles, which are lining up with bottoms. Again, hopefully we'll get a lift off here for this stock RSI, and we'll continue to move towards the upside. And it's pretty much, again, the same idea for the MACD. The MACDs look just about the same on every coin. Bollinger Bands are squeezing up, and we are converging upon zero. Hopefully we'll break towards the upside. Here for Stronghold, SHX. This one hardly has any price data, so I don't really know. Like I don't really have anything to say about it. But it is getting a nice bullish divergence, or at least a borderline exaggerated form of bullish divergence. And it also, you can see how this, for the most part, let me get a trend line here. This stock RSI, or this RSI had, for the most part, a rough ascending form of trading, whereas the price this entire time has a negative trading. So I mean, I see that as a good thing. Again, I believe the market, and it likely looks like it's bottomed out and it's going to reverse soon, which is a good thing for altcoins, obviously. Here for the stock RSI, you can see we've already entered our upper range, and we've kind of just been literally trading in the neutral zone. So hopefully this upper range will be held. Again, just to follow through with bullish sentiment, RSI moving up as well, price also just moving up. Again, the MACD here is also another inclination of some sort of bullish pressure being built up over time. As the MACD has kind of more so trended, even though it went sideways for the most part, it went up, whereas price has kind of just been severely going down. And this MACD has been going sideways for a long time. And a lot of the coins that I'm seeing like this that have very little price data have only been going down the entire time they've been out. A lot of times their MACDs are looking like this, and I feel like that might be an inclination towards the fact that they might have a lot of pressure release, and these things could go very high. I'm not too sure what the background of this coin is in terms of like a project, a utility, and from like a blockchain and all that stuff, but as I said, Phantom moved around 2,000x, 200,000%, so I'll entertain all the way up to that point. That's 2,000,000%. And I didn't look up any of the circulating supplies for these coins, so I'm just assuming my price targets don't violate that, and they won't be worth more than Bitcoin when they reach those price targets. But here, if it moves up around 200,000%, that puts it at around $1.20. Let's say we do 1,000x at around 100%. That puts it to 60 cents. So we hit the 786 to 1894 range. That's around a 43,000% to 66,000%, around 26 to 35, 38, 40 cents. 1.618 lies around 25,000%, 14, 15 cents. The 382 range is around 8,000 to around 12, 13,000, ranging from around 5 to 8 cents, which around 10 to 12,000 is kind of like the normal. I don't know if normal is not really the good word to use for it, kind of like just the median, I suppose. And then lower ones I've seen are moving like 1,500, 3,000%, and then like the better ones, like medium, I would say, not median, are like 15 to like 50,000, and then I would say anything like super high and good performing is like 50,000 plus percent. But here for the last coin, XMR Monero, this one it's not really seeming to carry on as much momentum as many coins. It didn't even make a new all-time high last time around, and it's forming a cup and handle, which is a good thing as well here. If you take from December 17 to the previous high, that would be the cup, and then our current most recent bear market would be the handle. That also just takes us again up to this ABCD price target around $2,000. But I'll just postulate, perhaps because it didn't make a previous all-time high and it has been trading sideways for such a long time within a pretty large range, perhaps because of that reason, in terms of like releasing pressure, because things are going to go sideways and they're pretty much just building up that pressure over time, maybe it will overextend way higher than what I've said, it being 2,000. I know it definitely can, I believe, in terms of its circulating supply. Again, I didn't remember to look those up before I recorded this, but I know it can go towards 10,000 or 15,000 because I was entertaining it in the past. But this is really the thing that kind of is most constituted by the chart and how it's recently behaved. For this one, we're coming down more to the 786. We're meeting very nice VPR retracements here as well. This one goes up to the 1.144 for around $2,000. Here, if we take a look at the indicators real quick, we're not getting any bullish divergences. RSI didn't go as low. How Bitcoin has been pretty much going as low as it's ever been. Other coins as well. This one didn't go as low as it went back here at the lowest, December of 18, around 24 on the RSI. The stock RSI is starting to get some lift off, so hopefully that will be sustained. I mean, we got it back here, so I would say that would probably a good thing, given the general market just looks pretty good. This one's not, the Bollinger Bands aren't squeezing up as much here on this MACD. We're not really, I would say, converging. I mean, I guess we are kind of, yeah, just as much. It's just really the main difference is the Bollinger Bands just aren't squeezing up as much, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I was just wanting to mainly point out that this coin perhaps might end up losing momentum over time, and it might start to go sideways at some point, which doesn't mean you can't make money off of it. It just means it's not going to be one of the best performers. And as I showed here, it's not really going to move too much if it follows through with around $2,000. This is only a 2,000% move. Like I said, the lowest ones I've seen are like 1,500 to like 5,000%, and this is one of them. But as I said, this could go way higher, and at the end of the day, none of us know what is going to happen, and this is all just ideas at the end of the day. But that was about all that I really wanted to go over in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you're interested again in getting some more elaboration on this chart and just the overall specificities of my ideas on Bitcoin, I'll have those linked as cards at the end of at the beginning of the video, and then at the end of the video I have 2 educational videos which I explain just fundamentals of the market. But that was about all that I wanted to touch on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you're able to learn something, and I hope you all have a blessed day.